Good morning, it's Barbara. It is a beautiful day outside, but I'm not outside. I'm inside at the moment. Good morning. I'm in my vacation mode still. Well, actually, I wasn't able to take a shower today because the power washers came first thing, which meant we didn't have water pressure this morning. Anybody who is living with a well knows about water pressure and the things you do. Like, we make an announcement, I'm taking a shower, so that nobody flushes a toilet, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Barely morning. Home again, jiggity jig. I'm back home. It's good to be home. I felt like the train ride was just a little bit longer coming home, and I was ready to be home. But I had a wonderful time. Let me see. Where's the lipstick? Great to spend time with Christy. We had such a good time. And yeah, hold on. You'd think I'd be better at this after all this practice. No, not better. Well, this isn't a, beauty teaching channel. That's for sure, right? Anyway, I had such a good time. I think it's really done what I needed it to do, which was reset, sort of relax and reset. I needed it as much to anticipate and look forward to over the few months of the stress leading up to tax season and getting Aura settled and all those things. So it really did that. It was warm. It was lovely. We had beautiful weather. And yeah. And New Orleans, eating and drinking and walking down the street listening to music. That's what we did. I did a lot of walking. I have Band-Aids galore. I wasn't the only one in the Band-Aid aisle at the Walgreens, let me tell you. But, yeah, I had a great time. I really did. Let me show you what I bought. Bought the granddaughters. I did not do much shopping. I bought yarn, which I showed you. And I bought the granddaughters my hair is so bad I can't show you my hair. Those are for the granddaughters. And we got beaded by a homeless guy, and so I have beads. But, of course, we were there for Easter. We left Easter Sunday. And so we were not there for Mardi Gras, let's just say. But it was really lovely. We had a wonderful time. And, yeah. I'd be interested to talk to Kim. New Orleans is one of her favorite cities. Her daughter went to Tulane for college, so she went there pretty regularly. But Christy and I felt, now I didn't get out of the French Quarter. Technically, yeah, because the train station isn't in the French Quarter, but we were in the French Quarter. And the thing about the French Quarter felt a little bit artificial in a way, It didn't feel like a neighborhood anymore, like where people live. Although we did see one or two, like, women pushing a baby carriage like they were walking around in their neighborhood, but mostly it was tourists. And yeah, which is kind of too bad because it felt a little bit like in Williamsburg, you know, where this is a artificially kept sort of society, or this is how it used to be kind of thing, you know. Anyway, we had a great time. And some of the balconies and everything were lovely with lots of flowers and stuff outside. And we had a great time. I tried to try all the, you know, sort of New Orleans famous foods. And you saw me eat the beignets. They were, you know, delicious donuts is what they are, but they were square, and the thing that made it so delicious was that those square corners were so crispy. They were delicious. And they're being served hot. You know, you're eating it hot, which is, you know, there are a few places in the United States where it's typical to eat the donuts hot, like Krispy Kreme. You know, they have a sign outside in there if you are anywhere near a Krispy Kreme store, where they have a sign that lights up and says the donuts are hot, fresh out of the oven or out of the fryer kind of thing. And we have a chain of donut places, Duck Donuts, which started down in North Carolina where we were. There's a town called Duck, and there are Duck Donuts. And they make them right there, but all the donuts are exactly the same. They're a cake donut, and you can see them floating in the oil as they're cooking. And then at the end, they get dipped into different things, and that's how you get the different flavors. The Cafe Du Monde, where I had my beignets, beignet, period, just straight up beignets. There weren't any alternatives, and that was the only food they served. But they had all kinds of drinks. But anyway, so you saw me eat those. So I had red beans and rice with sausage, which I liked, and I tried jambalaya, which I've had before, and I'm not a huge fan of jambalaya, and I discovered that I don't really care for seafood gumbo, as it turns out. I tried it, and I was like, etouffee, I enjoyed. I tried the etouffee, and but the shrimp barbecue was to die for. Now, and I talked about this, I think, that it's not like barbecue like we think of it outside of New Orleans. It's not a tomato sauce or a vinegary sauce. It's a buttery, you know, and they're fried. So in this sauce. So anyway, it was delicious. And one of the things on my list I told you was the drink, the Ramos Gin Fizz, which Christy and I had at the Roosevelt Hotel, very fancy schmancy, at the Cesarec Bar, and they were delicious. So yeah, so the food thing and the drink thing, delicious, very delicious. And the walking around, I still have Band-Aids on my feet. And my legs got tired. And it's a very flat place, no hills, but we really had a good time, and it was just what I needed. The train ride there was great in terms of timing and being on the train, but coming home, I had, you know, I had thoughts of, I could have flown and been home by now. So it was a lot going on within 1 week period. So I did not knit at all. I took my knitting, I took my shawl, but I did not knit at all. I read, and relaxed, and did a lot of walking. So that felt good. But I didn't do a lot of shopping. The only souvenir I got for myself was that skein of yarn, and yeah. I'm not in a shopping mood, although I will admit I did order a couple of a pair of sandals and a pair of clogs from the same place that Christy got her sneakers, because her sneakers were great. I might splurge and get myself some sneakers like her. They were gold. They were really cute. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of like tying my shoes, if that isn't ridiculous. I wear clogs all year round or flip-flops. Right? So I guess I'm not probably going to order those shoes. I don't need them. That's for sure. So Dennis has just gone out. The guys have gone. So I haven't had my shower because of the power washes, but our house is all clean, which is so nice. I haven't been out yet, but the windows are all clean, and that's fun. So I'm looking forward to that. My plan for this week is today, my goal, I've already accomplished one thing on my list. I did write a list. I sketched the tiniest bit, but I did write a list in my sketchbook of things that I wanted to do when I got back, because was hoping to be sort of a little revitalized and rejuvenated so that I will do some things, because I have been just getting by with the bare minimum to get the tax stuff out and to deal with Aura and, and that's it. And so I made a list, and one of the things on the list was to call to get the stove repaired. I think I told you, I got a text from Dennis that there was a little fire in the lower oven, and so the lower oven isn't working anymore. But I called, and Joe, the repair guy's coming next Tuesday. Luckily, we have a little smaller upper oven that's very convenient that we use a lot. And yeah, Joe's coming on Tuesday next week to fix our oven, which we appreciate. He's the same guy who came to try to fix our washer, but he couldn't fix it. But the stove is also a Maytag, and sent them a picture of what it looked like, and she was very sure that they had the part and that he would be able to fix it. So that's good. That's what we want, to fix our stove, and that'd be good. So, and I did that already this morning, so I do feel like I've already accomplished something. That's how, the power washers came. We dealt with the dogs. At least Dennis just went and closed all the fences, all the gates, so the dogs can go back out. The dogs have, of course, been going crazy. And Joe's coming next week to fix the stove. So I got to find my sketchbook and cross that off my list of things to do. In fact, I need to get my sketchbook out just to remind myself what I had put on my list. So Aura's having her lunch with her cousins today and with Kim, and so they're, I'm sure, already giggling away and having a wonderful time. And I have to unpack. Usually those things stay packed for a long time. I got to unpack and see what else is on my list and get a few things done today. And then tomorrow the plan is to go visit Aura, and Dennis is going to bring the dogs, so that I'm supposed to bring her outside and she can cuddle the dog. She's been asking about the dogs. But tomorrow will be 4-week anniversary of her being there. So I think it's working out pretty well. She has been retaining some water, which isn't good. So we're trying to figure out sort of a solution to that. Two big changes that I think are affecting that are she's no longer eating low carb, and carbs make you retain water. And she doesn't have her recliner, and she normally would sit in her recliner with her feet up a lot. And she doesn't have a recliner. Her room, she's got a roommate, and her room is too small for the recliner. So, we're gonna try to figure something out to help with that. But I'll see her tomorrow and tell her all about New Orleans, and Dennis will bring the dogs, and that'll be hilarious. And I think my plan after, because she's over near where the nursery is that I buy my plants and everything, and now the house is power washed, and my plan is to start working on the deck and getting the deck set up with beautiful flowers. So I know I'm going to get impatience for the window boxes on the shed like I do every year because they're in the shade. And I'm just going to peruse around and see. And I got to check out my lamppost garden and see how it's doing and how much is coming up of what I planted last year. And maybe get a couple more perennials for that area. And then plants for the deck. Come the fall, I'll need to get more bulbs. Tomorrow I will take you on a little tour of the garden because the tulips have come up and they're beautiful, and the guys, the power washers, were careful. I asked them to be careful of the tulips, and they looks like they were. And Genesis apple trees are in full blossom, and miracle of miracles, he has 3 apple trees in the backyard, Golden Delicious, a wine sap, which is his favorite, and a Fuji. And those trees must be 15 years old. This is the first year he has flowers on the Fuji. Our squirrels don't even know what Fuji apples taste like, so we shall see what's going to happen with them. But and the other thing I have to do, where's my book? I have to plant my pepper seeds. I didn't start my pepper seeds, and it's already almost May. So Verena sent me pepper seeds, and so I need to plant my pepper seeds and see what I can come up with. She's already got little plants, and I should. Oh well. I was thinking about other things. So it's calmer down around here now. The power washer guys have gone. The dogs go crazy. And so I'm going to go take a look around and see how it's going. And it's looking good. And I'll show you tomorrow when I take you on a tour. But yeah, this is what I looked like on my trip to New Orleans. I wore my hat and had a wonderful time. But I'm glad to be home. I have some things to do. And maybe I'll even have the energy to do them. That would be a change. Mental energy, physical energy, creative energy, all the energies needed to be renewed. And we'll see how I did, but I did my best. So, but I'm back. And thank you for your support, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. So, but meanwhile, I am going to go. I will talk to you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.